Some people call it bad luck, Ezin calls it a curse. Every opportunity she fights for slips through her fingers, as if an unseen force is working against her. But when she overhears a whispered phone call, she realizes the enemy isn't fate, it's someone far closer than she ever imagined.
Title: The Shadow That Birthed Me. Part 1: A String of Bad Luck. The room smelled of kerosene and sweat. It was a small, cramped space in Ajigaona, Lagos, a place where dreams often died before they had the chance to breathe. The ceiling fan groaned with each slow rotation, barely keeping the heat at bay. Ezin sat at the wooden dining table, her fingers gripping a neatly printed letter. Her heart was pounding so hard she could hear it. She had read the email 5 times already, hoping the words would somehow change. But they remained the same. We regret to inform you that we have decided to go with another candidate for the internship position. Thank you for your time. Her breath hitched. Another rejection. Another opportunity slipping through her fingers. She had worked so hard for this, praying, fasting, studying, preparing for the interview like her life depended on it. And it did. This wasn't just about an internship, it was about escaping the suffocating walls of the life she had been trapped in since birth. Again, came a voice from the corner of the room. Ezin turned. Her mother, Edeora, sat on a plastic chair by the window, stirring a cup of gari. Her sharp eyes, heavy with something that almost looked like amusement, watched Ezin closely. You didn't get it? Edeora asked, even though she could see the answer on her daughter's face. Ezin swallowed hard. No. Edeora sucked her teeth and shook her head, clicking her tongue in mock disappointment. I told you, didn't I? You're not lucky. No matter how hard you try, things will never work out for you. Ezin's grip tightened around the letter. Mommy, please. Please what? Edeora set her cup down and leaned forward, her voice dropping. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't want you to suffer, my dear. But some people are just not meant for success. Ezin felt the words like a slap. She wanted to scream, to protest, to say, I am meant for success. I work hard. I deserve a good life. But something held her back. It was always like this with her mother. There was something in the way Edeora spoke to her, something that chipped away at her confidence bit by bit. Ezin had grown up hearing these same words, over and over again, like a curse spoken into her bones. And now, at 23 years old, she was beginning to wonder if maybe her mother was right. Maybe she really was cursed. She pushed back from the table and stood. I need some air. Edeora chuckled. Yes, go. But when you come back, reality will still be waiting for you. Ezin ignored her, grabbing her phone and stepping out into the humid Lagos evening. The street was alive with the familiar chaos of Ajigaona, hawkers shouting prices, the smell of frying puff-puff mixing with exhaust fumes, and the distant sound of generators roaring against NEPA's failure. She walked without direction, her mind racing. Why did this keep happening? Every time she got close to something good, it slipped away. It wasn't just the internship, this had happened before. A job offer that suddenly disappeared. A scholarship she was certain she had won, only to be told there was a mistake. Even in relationships, people who once liked her suddenly turned cold, as if an unseen force was pushing them away. Was it really bad luck? Or was there something else? She stopped in front of a mama put, staring blankly at the steaming pots of food. She wasn't hungry, but her thoughts were too loud. Ezin. She turned. Standing there, looking as polished as ever, was Amoka, her childhood friend. Easy eye. Amoka beamed, pulling her into a hug. It's been ages. How are you? Ezin forced a smile. I'm fine. But Amoka knew her too well. She stepped back, eyes narrowing. Why do you look like someone just slapped you? Ezin sighed. I lost another opportunity. Amoka clicked her tongue. Again. Ezin nodded, looking away. There was a pause before Amoka spoke again, softer this time. Easy eye, don't you think? I don't know, something strange is going on. Ezin frowned. What do you mean? Amoka hesitated. I mean, how is it that every time you get a big opportunity, something happens? It's like, someone doesn't want you to succeed. Ezin felt a chill crawl up her spine. She had never said it out loud, but she had thought the same thing before. The way things just fell apart, over and over again. But who? Amoka sighed. I don't know, babe. Just be careful. Not everyone in your life wants the best for you. Ezin forced a laugh. You're acting like I have enemies. My life is not a Nollywood movie. Amoka chuckled. I know, but just be watchful. Ezin nodded, but as she walked back home, Amoka's words wouldn't leave her mind. When she stepped into the house, she noticed something strange. Her mother was on the phone, her back turned. Yes, she won't be coming. No, she's not serious about the role. Thank you for understanding. Ezin froze. Her heart stopped. Her hands began to shake. Eudora ended the call and turned around, her eyes widening for just a second when she saw Ezin standing there. Ezin felt something crack inside her. For the first time in her life, she knew the truth. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't fate. It was her own mother. Her own mother had been destroying her life all along. To be continued. Next in part 2, The Mother's Secret.